How is it going, guys? Yas here from Trading Vanguard. I am a technical trader who trades short squeeze, momentum, and volatile stocks. All of the information shown in this video is not financial advice and just my opinion. So, welcome back to my channel, guys. Today we're going to be doing another ticker analysis for the ticker AMCI. So a slightly different stock. It's a much lower cap stock compared to the other stocks I've previously reviewed. However, with lower caps comes more volatility. And without further ado, let's get stuck into the chart analysis. So, as per usual, guys, I'll switch on my drawings for you guys and let's get stuck in. So, the current price action of AMCI. So, the stock has recently completed a merger and we have started to see some explosive price action, which was just, a few days ago. So we can see last Monday, the stock, I believe, completed its merger then, and then had an almost, I want to say it's about 100%. Yeah, 96%. So it had an almost 100% squeeze to the upside. Now, the current price action, it does seem to be following this trend channel that I've drawn here. However, it is overall in a downtrend. This is to be expected with lower cap stocks. However, we can see on the Friday that just closed, it did hit an all-time low at $2.50. However, guys, However, if we look on the 4-hour chart, there was an immediate reaction during the post market of a full bullish Marubozu candle, which is probably the most bullish candle you can get when it comes to trading, which is just full buying pressure, no stops at all. With a around a 63%, almost 64% reaction. And you don't really sort of get any more bullish than this. Right, guys, let's look at the bullish scenario, okay? With such a strong reaction during the post market, if I go to the 1-hour chart, we can just see it has just been breaking through all of the EMA lines, all right? So what we want to see is a continuation of the momentum going up. What I also want to see is for me personally, I would like to see my own personal indicator for momentum keep popping up. So this is a indicator that I've developed for myself, and it will always trigger an alert on the 1 minute candle, well, in all time frames, but for me the most significant candles are the 1 minute and the 5 minute and the 1 hour. So I want to see more momentum candles, more momentum to the upside, that we can see that the bulls are stepping in and taking control of the price action. All right. If we go back to the daily chart, the stock seems to be following. So we're just looking at this, guys, here from a technical trader's perspective, right? Someone who trades sort of stocks like this daily. It does seem to be following the same pattern of a post squeeze, which is essentially when a stock has a huge reaction to the upside. So in my opinion, anything more than, I want to say, 40-50%. So this was, almost 100%. It tends to follow the pattern of, pumping up to the upside and then retracing down to a certain level and then continuing to squeeze up. So we can see it's following this reaction, and it's no coincidence, guys, that the stock just happened to land in its most reactive zone, which is the 1618 level. It did pierce slightly below it. However, for me, that's not too much of an issue, as we did see an immediate reaction. I wouldn't have any issues with that from my perspective. Also, you guys know I love open gaps to the upside. I love open gaps to the upside, guys. We can see that there are two open gaps on the daily chart, which are the most strongest, you can say, chances of, getting hit. We can see the amount of open gaps that have been hit on my table here. For the stock AMCI, it's had a 99% probability of closing all of its gaps. So, all of you traders out there, if you was betting people, would you bet that these will be closed? I would probably say yes. Also, looking at the chart, whenever the stock has come down to an oversold RSI level of anything below 30%, we can see that there's always been an immediate reaction. So if we sort of go back to when the stock had an oversold RSI, on the 20th of October, RSI oversold, and we can see it had a reaction. Let's have a look here. Look, 100%. It came back down. Where else? Here, granted a slightly smaller reaction, and then had a squeeze of 60%. Now it's come back down again. RSI is oversold, and what do you know, guys? Post market, we can see an immediate reaction of, like I said, 65%. So, you, in my opinion, you don't sort of get more bullish signals than this. In terms of a bearish scenario, right now, guys, the only thing that I can see is if we don't continue the strong upside momentum on Monday, then, and if we do see a reversal in the price action, meaning we sort of lose the 65% momentum and sort of drop back down, and maybe crush even lower than the 1618 level, and we break the downwards trend channel, that would be super bearish in my opinion, guys. So in my opinion, what do I think? Look, this is an extremely volatile stock. We can see that it has squeezed multiple times in just the space of a few months. This isn't a stock that you would want to hold long term. This is a get in, get out type of stock. Me, guys, like I've mentioned previously, I love open gaps to the upside. There are 2 open gaps, and what do you know, guys? With the open gap, what other indicator do we see waiting there? We see the Ichimoku cloud, which is probably, in my years of trading, one of the most reliable indicators of resistances and support levels. So we can see that, the Ichimoku cloud, it's got a huge cloud waiting, and I would, in a perfect world, I can see the stock coming up, closing their open gap, and then getting rejected by the Ichimoku cloud. For the more experienced traders will know how sort of scary accurate the Ichimoku cloud is. Yeah, guys, like I said, I wouldn't hold this any longer than a few trading days at max. So guys, that was it. What do you guys think? Do you guys think AMCI is worth a shot? Is it a buy? Is it a miss? Please drop your thoughts below. And also, if you guys have any ticker suggestions or any other stock analyzed, again, drop them in the comments below. If you guys find this content useful, please drop me a like. And if you are a similar trader to myself and want to continue on this education journey with me, then consider subscribing to the channel, as I'll be posting more videos. Once again, I want to end the video by saying this is not financial advice. Trading can be extremely risky, and one should always have a trading strategy to stay safe. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.